Hello and good morning, guys. This is Andy McCann, your host here on Food, Fitness, and Finances, where we're trying to help you lay a firm foundation in those three things. So today, this episode, I'm filming it. You don't film anymore. I am recording it on Saturday, just after we finish the last open bit, and it'll come out either Sunday or Monday. But I'm going to give you a recap of 25.1. We're going to talk about 25.2 and what to expect, so you can kind of see it from this week. They're going to go through a couple things, the things we're doing as a gym, so some D&D and board game night, men's group, some other things you might be interested in, adventure races, these other Elise run, and then we're going to go into chickens, the meetup, processing chickens, and then you're going to meet, I'm going to introduce you to Jeff and Kelsey Parks, who you've heard, or they started coming this week. They have a homestead here in Woodstock. We're going to talk about them and what you can get from them possibly. And then also Noelle Shannon. She is a friend of Aaron and Jennifer Lasnick, and she has a business, two businesses that we're going to talk about. Okay, if you have a business and you're a member, let me know. I will totally highlight it. We all should be helping each other, and we know, like, and trust each other, so why wouldn't we, all right? All right, as you guys know, there are 5 pillars to health and fitness. It's how we eat, sleep, move, think, and connect. Obviously, we do a lot of moving here. We do a little bit of eating. Coach Jennifer has her own nutrition business that she is bringing our members on board to use. So if you have a question about nutrition, she is the one to go to. Sleep, I can help you with verbally, but I'm never going to go home with you. So it's a little bit of a tough one. I do have a podcast on that you can go listen to. How you think, the easy one is, do you live in a hostile world or a friendly world? You should be living in a friendly world. If someone cuts you off, you should think, maybe they're going to the hospital. And the last one is connection. So I'm trying to do a little bit more to help us connect. We already know, like, and trust each other here at the gym. So why not find the other thing that we like to do and connect over it? Whether it's rock climbing, board gaming, whatever. It doesn't matter. You let me know what you're into, and I will help connect you with other members here in the gym. Okay. So obviously here at CrossFit Garage, if you're in Woodstock, Georgia, come join us. We're a lot of fun, and we're just normal people trying to get an abnormal amount of fitness. We're greedy. We want it all. We want strength and endurance. We want coordination and balance. CrossFit is the biggest hack in the world of hacks to get both looking good naked as well as becoming harder to kill. And that's why we use CrossFit as our methodology. All right, we're going to jump into 25.1. So CrossFit runs a competition called the Open, and that competition is open to everybody. That's why they call it the Open. So a couple of us are doing it, well, a lot of us, about 40 of us, are doing it as in an internal competition with 3 different teams, and we're arriving at points doing various things. And then there's also the CrossFit Open competition, which you can pay for and be in. So I don't know everybody's scores. I'd have to go back and see if actually, let me pause this and see if I can find everyone's scores for that one. Okay, lo and behold, I found it. All right, we'll cover that too. All right, so CrossFit.com has games.crossfit.com, which is an event over 3 weeks. We just did 25.1. It was burpees and then a dumbbell movement with some lunges. The next one is going to be very similar in the terms of, it's usually nothing too complicated. Everyone should be able to do some amount of the movements. So we did, you could come to Friday's class and simply do it, or come and warm up and stretch and so forth. And then Friday night at 6 p.m., we'll do the event. Everyone who can get together on that night. And then we'll also do it again Saturday morning, 9 a.m. So we have 2 different ones. Maybe we change it to 1, maybe not. I like the 2 options, but we'll see. We always like to be pleasers to the crowd. So not everyone can always do it at the same time, so it's nice to have 2 different spots. We shall see, though. Okay, so I can actually see to some degree when people turn in scores. So I think as long as we logged it in Wodify, it should come up there as well. And I did find it, so maybe we'll see everyone's scores. So we've got a couple scores that I pulled up right now, and I will, let's see, just scanning across. Yeah, it's not everybody. As a matter of fact, actually, this is going to have less scores because only a few of us actually signed up to the Open. So I'm looking on games.crossfit.com under CrossFit Garage. Yeah, and it's not going to have a bunch of scores in there unless we turn them in, which it looks like only a couple of us have actually turned them in so far. Okay, so I'll skip that, and we're going to talk a tiny bit about 15. Oh, actually, what is this? No, that's me from last year. Okay, so we have the next workout coming up. It'll be announced on Thursday, and then we'll do it on Friday as the entire class, and then once again on Saturday. So you can expect the same sort of thing. The workouts that we have coming up on Monday is Nancy, which is running and overhead squats. And then on Tuesday, we've got some deadlifts and wall walks. And Wednesday, we've got box jumps and rope climbs. Thursday, we'll have power clean, hang clean, push jerk. I would keep it light on that day because then on Friday we've got the Open. I don't know what the Open is, so they'll paste it in when they get here. Okay, so looking at the kiosk, we can actually see some of the scores here. So what it's going to do, it should organize them by intermediate and scale. Oh, actually, the reason it says intermediate is because I changed the wording. So everything is intermediate for us because when it's a named workout, I changed RX to read intermediate so that we could have an RX plus, which we now call RX. Anyway, so in this, everyone's going to be called intermediate as long as you did RX. We see right here at the very top left, Andy Wilson with a crushing 214 reps. That means he got into the round of he finished all of 21, was in the round of 24. Joe Smith right behind him at 211. Me right behind Joe at 210. Good job, Joe. He and I always go back and forth, and I never redo it. And whenever he redoes it, he usually ends up crushing me, and he did it the first time. So good job, buddy. Matt Capron at 203. Louis, 194. Josh, 185. Jared Taylor, 173. CJ, 167. Tom Jenkins, 164. Jordan Thomas, 162. Craig, 161. Chris Lopiccolo, 154. Denny, 152. Mahi, 148. Danny, oh man, good job, Danny. He's brand new to the CrossFit world, and he threw down a 148. Brady, 147. Nathan Dent, 146. Skylar, 138. Sam, 138. Matt Janda, 118. Paul Heimerl, 118. Good job, buddy. He just did that a few hours ago. Mike Kim, 100. Dave, 72. And see, then it goes into some scales. So I don't know what you scaled, so I guess I don't know how that would read off. If you didn't put your score into Wodify, I obviously don't know what it is. You have to go ahead and log that. All right, on the female side. So yeah, I know Sharon did not put her score in because I saw her score. I think it's 217. So right now she's got the highest score in the gym. And she's not in Wodify, so she didn't log it there, which is okay. But I know that because I saw her do the workout. Rebecca, you got 148. Bree, 136. Miranda, 130. Kate, 125. Caroline, 113. Ebony, 71. And then we've got some scales, which is awesome. I got a lot of good numbers. And anyway, so we'll be doing it again. My recommendation is to try to do it RX. I know I wouldn't normally say that. I would say follow the stimulus. The stimulus in this is to see how you do compared against everybody else. So if you know your number, you can go back. Let me pull my scoring sheet up. For 2025, currently for CrossFit Garage, I'm the number one dude because I'm the only one that turned in my score. So we'll have to have everybody else turn their scores in. Once that happens, that'll change. So you can see it by affiliate. Then you can see it by country. Right now, out of all men in the U.S., I am... Let's see, that is 4,311th. That will change as it gets to Monday when people turn in more scores. For 50-year-old men, I'm 51, so the 50-year-old men category, I'm 79th. Not that bad. For the region, so the North America East, I am 2,859th and 46th. And then for the worldwide ranking, I am, let's see, that is 10,000th. 901st. That's a weird number to say. So, and then the men, and this is kind of nice. Out of all men across the world that are 50 to 54, I'm 146th. That's not bad. So, hey, this CrossFit stuff works. So this is what I would tell you guys. Several of you guys were watching, saw me do the workout, and they're like, how the hell can he keep doing that? How can he keep moving? Here's the simple truth. I cheat. No, I should just leave it as that. It comes down to this. 20 years of doing CrossFit, I understand my body. I know where the problem is going to be, and I know how to pace or push myself. That being said, when the workout starts, I don't look very fast, but I don't need to. It's a 15-minute workout. If it had been really heavy or very sprinty, it would look very different. If it's very heavy, it's not my thing. I just simply can't lift. You can't make that up. But a 50-pound dumbbell I can make feel lighter by doing things with my hips. So when you hang clean and when you jerk, get a lot of jerk into it, a lot of drop down so my shoulders can get saved. Because that for me would have been the hardest part. Everybody's different. Like Josh and I were comparing notes. He's like, yeah, the 50-pounder is not a big deal. So, but the burpees, because he's 6'7" and I'm only like 3 feet tall. So our burpees look very different. So you have to understand your own body and understand how much rest you need. So I knew my shoulders would be getting taxed. So on the first lunge, one, I was breathing deep because I knew oxygen would be a problem. And two, I knew my shoulders would be a problem. So I was stretching them out and rotating them as I was lunging. You just simply need to learn your body. I've done enough events and enough workouts that I know where my problems are. And I mean, that's just, I'm 50. I get it. It's like real problems, like emotional and, financial, whatever. I know my problems. I'm 50. Life gets a lot easier as you get older when you know yourself. And so that's going to happen. So what I'm trying to say is this. There's no magic. There's no miracle. Simply show up and do what the coach says. You guys know, if you watch me at the gym, I always try to stay warm and I try to stay mobile. I never do extra, and I pretty much always do intermediate so I can hit the time domain. So hitting the time or the stimulus domain, right? The intended stimulus is the key for everything we do. If you hit the intended stimulus, you get the hack of all the fitness we're doing. You get the strength, you get the endurance, you get coordination, balance, speed, you get all of the stuff if you're aiming towards that intended response, that stimulus. If you're just trying to go RX every time, you're going to miss out on a lot of what we're doing. Am I the strongest guy in the gym? By far, no. Am I the fastest? No. But if you shake up a hopper of things, I'm going to rise to the top because, one, I know myself, and I use intensity to build this bridge. Danny said it best. Danny Youngblood, he's new. He's in my men's group on Tuesday morning. And he said, yeah, I'll give this a shot. I'm a runner. And, but yeah, I've never really lifted. Let's see how it goes. He had let me see if I can find it. It was so awesome. Hold on one second. Okay, I found it it's on an Instagram post that I did. Usually what I do, if you guys give me good stuff, I just hide who said it so nobody knows. I'm going to read his off. Obviously it's him, and it's really good. So I shouldn't have hit him on this, but it's super insightful, and it's what I wish I could get across to everybody. I'm going to try to read it. I really suck at reading out loud, and I can't really see it very well on the screen. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on the computer. That might be easier. Okay, here you go. I got it on the screen, and I'm going to try to read it. So I had asked him, I'm like, hey, I know, like, and trust you. We do Bible study together. You've come into this. I have a business. I need your help. Tell me, as a new person, give me honest review and opinion. What does it mean to you to be doing CrossFit? How was it? Was it nervous? What was a big barrier to entering? That was what I was looking for, because I hear people, they hear CrossFit and they're like, oh no, I can't do that. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but I lived this world for 20 years. So I wanted a brand new perspective from a guy that he's been with me for like 5 years. And so he would probably, give me the honest thing. And he did, and he wrote it all out. And it's just really good. Okay, so I'm going to try to read this to you. It's going to be herky-jerky because I'm going to pause it so I can make sure I read really well here. So my question to him was, what was the barriers to entry? So he says, to my own barriers, to going to a gym or a CrossFit gym, I was weak. So this is interesting. He felt that he was weak. He's actually moving pretty good. So sometimes I get it. You guys are like, I'm not in shape enough. I'm too weak. I'm too slow or whatever. The weird thing is, well, you'll get into it. I could do functional stuff, like help move a piano or rigorous yard work perhaps, but push-ups, pull-ups, etc., maybe not. So he says, embarrassed? I think would be the word. And so we have a Bible group together. So he said, it's kind of like we tell ourselves about Jesus. I have to get myself clean before I can start believing. And that's right. So people say, Andy, I gotta go get fit before I can be fit. All right. But the reality is I can never get myself to that point because 50 years plus of bad habits. The message should be come as you are, which is what we say. We do tell people, come as you are, we will help you get fit. So he's right. It should be that. There are people just like you going through a journey, and everyone is at a different point in that journey. My perception was everyone in the gym was a David Goggins type. He should have said Andy McCann, right? So a David Goggins type. And I would be the only one at the beginning of my journey. Now I'm like, why didn't I start this 20 years ago? Dude, that is beautiful. And this is what many people say once they start. Now, some people are like, hey, this sucks. This is not for me. I get it. It's not for everybody. I got a sister who owns a gym, another sister who's a coach, and then I've got 2 other siblings that are like, I could take it or leave it, right? Okay. So where was I on that? The idea of getting started and doing this and hitting RX, usually it's the stimulus. Usually it's this. I just need to get in there and do. I'll give this promise, this money back guarantee to anybody. If you come into the gym 4 days a week for 1 year and let me adjust your diet a little bit, and you're not fitter a year from now, I will give you back your money times 10. It's the biggest no-brainer in history of no-brainers. This really works. It is the best hack to health and fitness I've ever seen. Okay, so the next hack for health and fitness is this. Remember, it's how you eat, sleep, move, think, and connect. The thing that I have found at 50 that I didn't work well enough on was the connection. So I'm trying harder to do that. So we have a couple opportunities to connect. I'm going to give you my own connections and then the gym connection. So first, a connection that I like is this Warrior Racing. They do the adventure racing. Evie and I are doing this a lot. Randy's done a couple. I have other guys in the gym that have tried them. We just did the LC run. I did it with Brandon and his group. So anybody could do this stuff. It's just fun adventure things. Part of what our men's group is going to do, yes, the men's group is slightly Bible focused. We just met once. We're about to meet again. We're still putting out the feelers on how we're going to do it. But one thing we know for sure is we're going to put some hard physical things out there for us to do. Kind of not a vacation, but like a thing to look forward to in the future, okay? So anyway, there's this. So if you're interested in those, let me know. The other thing we've been having going on for a very long time, as a matter of fact, let me give you a little backstory on this. So maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I sent out a blast email to everybody in the my database, so about 3,000 people that could collect that email. And it said, hey, if you're interested in CrossFit and you like to play board games or D&D, let me know. We are here for you. So Jamie Thomas said, Andy, that sounds like us. We don't live there yet, but I'm looking for a gym and we're going to be moving very close to you. I'm interested. So fast forward a little bit, Jamie and Jordan Thomas moved down to Georgia. We started playing board games and D&D, and we've been doing this ever since. So we've mixed the group up here and there, and we've changed locations. But point is, we're trying to gather people together to do fun things that already know each other at the gym. So right now, we're trying a new thing in that board game arena is to have a guys board game group or D&D group and a girls group. So that way you could do different things, play different games, plus tell different jokes, right? It may or may not work. If it doesn't, we'll merge it all back together. But if you're interested in board games or D&D or Dungeon Crawl Classics, let me know. We have a group. Right now, we're meeting every other Sunday, and just give me an email. We'll get you involved. If you are like not even part of our gym and you're interested in that, I don't know if I can help you because we meet in person, but we do have some stuff at the very end I can talk to you about. Okay, so the other one is board games. So we play a lot of those. This is boardgamegeek.com. Let me hit their dashboard and browse some games. They list all the best games out there. I've enjoyed playing them. Stu is a great teacher. He's at the 5 a.m. class. He will take you through a board game and explain it very well as you play as also. So you get the knowledge as well as the fun and a great explanation of what's going on. All right. So the other thing I mentioned is the men's group. We literally just started it last week. We're going to meet again today. I think we're going to meet here maybe once a month. I'm not really sure yet. We're still figuring this one out. There's about 5 of us. It's mostly about connection and meeting people that are on that same journey. Now, they could be ahead of you or behind you in life. It doesn't matter, but we want to pour into each other. So if you're interested in that, let me know. You do have to be local for that one as well, member of the gym. If you're not, I can direct you to other ones that maybe are virtual. I mentioned this LC run that Evie and I did. She and I will be doing things like this. So if you're interested in hard, challenging things, 1, we got the men's group. 2, me and Evie will pick you up and you can come with us. Or 3, you can do these on your own, but it's always better to have a group. I know several people are doing High Rocks and Spartan, so it doesn't have to be with me. There are a lot of fun people at the gym. Meet them and do a thing. Oh, if you like rock climbing, Randy Skeen and his crew is big into that, so that's another one. Oh, right, so we got some other things that have been happening. Many of us now have chickens. Let me pull that up. And we got a couple new members to the gym, Jeff Parks and Casey Parks. They are here in Cherokee County, right off Univetter, and they have got Parks Family Pastures. So they're actually a homesteading group. They got chickens, goats, skincare, and more. And I will link their group. You can go find them, but they're now members at the gym. And we met because of the Cherokee Chicken group. So if you have chickens and you're in Cherokee or close enough, join the Cherokee Chicken group or Cherokee Chicken People. I don't know what it's called. And see what's going on there. So we did one meetup at my house, had some great communication, met some new people that are now going to be friends. Or becoming friends, that sounded weird, but you know what I mean. And then actually this coming Sunday, which would have passed for you, so for me, it's Saturday, we're bringing a couple people over. Actually, Charity and Andrew are coming, and we're going to learn to process a chicken by hand. It's not that difficult, but the weird thing is, most people don't even know anything about their own food, so we're going to teach you a little bit how to process a chicken, and you can take it home or leave it. Doesn't really matter. My chickens are a little bit tough because we free range, so they get a lot of like muscle, and it's pretty chewy. It's weird when you get like a regular chicken, not a chicken that's been grown just to be eaten. Those are weaker and and texture different because, I mean, they don't get to live a really good life. Anyway, you can join Parks Family Pastures. And let's see, can I hit an invite? I could probably invite everyone from the gym, I think. Anyway, they got 234 members in their little pasture group. That's awesome. So guys, check them out. They've got items you can buy, or you can, learn from them. Jeff would be a better teacher than me. He does this stuff a lot. I don't. I'm a fun hack at it. Next one is a friend of Aaron and Jennifer Lasnick, old members of ours. Her name is Noelle Shannon. She has got, on Facebook, it's Purrs and Furs, and is a pet sitter. Purrs has got 2 R's in it, so look at that for pet sitting. And I'll link it as well in the show notes and the doodly-doo. But she also has, there's a website right there. It says purrsandfurs.com. But she also has a, what would you call this? It is tallow-based home remedies like lip balm or oil sprays or body lotion or sunscreen. Actually, just sent Evan down to the beach with a whole bunch of her tallow-based sunscreen. As you guys know, he was fighting through Crohn's, which he's doing awesome. I'm going to do a whole story on his Crohn's journey. Eating the Lion Diet was a huge lifesaver, as well as just a Josh Detch group. But anyway, he can't use very many things because they're too toxic for him. So this is a great thing to have a tallow-based sunscreen because it removes a whole lot of those chemicals. Anyway, I'll link this down in the doodly-doo as well. I guess my point here is that there's a whole lot of ways we can be connecting with people that are very similar to us that we already know, like, and trust. So why wouldn't we? Last 2 things for you is if you are not around us at all and you're like, hey, how can I get healthy and fit? We did launch garagefitness.online. And actually, let me get that page up correctly. It's garage. There it is. Boop. Garagefitness.online. It's got Brandon Phillips programming. It's best if you have your own home gym or at least a couple pieces, but you can follow it. We give you a free Wi-Fi account. Right now, the whole damn thing is free. It'll probably be free all the way through 2025 until we get this bad boy figured out. So that is there for you guys. The other thing, I do a expert counsel bit for The Survival Podcast. So Jack Spirko's The Survival Podcast. It's basically like a homesteading or lifestyle design podcast. Anyway, they ask questions and I answer them. So I created a few things for them. I'm just going to read these off so you guys can try them out. If you live near me, great. If not, then this is where you want to go. So if you go to CrossFitGarage.com/TSPC, that stands for The Survival Podcast, you'll see a bunch of links. So the first one is a carnivore Kickstarter. Then there's 60 Easy in 2025. So the 60 Easy are easy ways to be healthy and fit. There's 32 at-home workouts, 24/7 access to our gym. Actually, I guess I should remove that one because it's for our gym. How to regain mobility, garagefitness.online, all of our podcasts, an at-home fitness test, and exercise at your desk. So you guys can find those there. All right. I'm excited for 25.2. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. I have got a weird calendar coming up where I have a race the following, or not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday. So I'm going to have to do the open and then go out and race. And it's probably, both of them are going to get kind of crunchy or dicey. But, them's the breaks. It should be a lot of fun. Guys, I am here for you. I want to help you lay a firm foundation in fitness, food, and finances. It's all part of living that great long life. You want your health expectancy, your life expectancy, and your wealth expectancy to all land around the same place, right? Otherwise, things get squirrely. If you're here in the Woodstock area, come to us here at CrossFit Garage, across from Black Rifle Coffee, right down the street from First Baptist Woodstock on 92. Y'all take care.